Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Mental Health Tuesday. This is our 22nd edition of holding space to discuss matters of mental health. We do this because we believe out there we have a lot of issues affecting our mental wellness, and we need to find space where we can discuss freely, in a safe space where we can share and also understand some of the concepts or issues affecting us. We are doing this as SambaSports Youth Agenda with a lot of partners, our participants, our mentorship partner, Greenstream Network, and also our program partner, Diplomats for Health, all the way from Nairobi. So welcome, and we will ask one of us to lead us in a word of prayers, and then we start off officially. Who is going to lead us in a word of prayers? Sheikh Hamza, today please take us.
Naam, acha tuombe. Kwa jina la Mwenyezi Mungu, mwingi wa rehema, mwenye kurehemu. Mwenyezi Mungu, tunakushukuru kwa kutupatia muda huu ili tuweze kujadili na kujifundisha kuhusu masuala ambayo yatatusaidia sisi pamoja na familia zetu pamoja na jamii zetu. Mwenyezi Mungu, tunakuomba tupatie ufahamu, wapatie walimu wetu ufahamu, waweze kutufundisha, tufungulie bongo zetu ili tuweze kuelewa kila kitu ambacho tutasoma, utuelekeze kuanzia mwanzo hadi mwisho. Wasallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa alihi wasallam. Amin.
Asante sana Sheikh Hamza, kwa maombi hayo mazuri. Na leo tumejaliwa kwamba tunaweza kuwa na kikao hichi na tutazungumzia kuhusu masuala yanayofungamana na afya ya akili na moyo. Watu wanasema afya ya akili na moyo. Na ile topic ambayo tutazungumzia leo tunasema reconciling mind, body and spirit. Reconciling mind, body and spirit. Kama ambaye ni kusema tuhakikishe kwamba kuna uwiano baina ya kiwiliwili chetu ama mwili wetu na hali yetu ya fikra na pia hali yetu ya imani. Alright? Pengine dada Yvonne Gashe anaweza kutafsiri vyema zaidi kuniliko mimi kwa sababu yeye ni mtaalamu wa masuala ya mental health. Lakini tunapoanza ningependa tujiulize, what is reconciling body, mind and spirit? Ama ili nifanye swali liwe jepesi, kidini, dini zote zinasema ujichunge na hasira. Na dini zinasema unapokuwa na hasira fanya hivi na hivi. Ama unapokuwa kwamba umelemewa na msongo wa mawazo basi fanya hivi na hivi. Hebu tusemezane, dini yako inakwambiaje? Kama ni Mkristo, wewe ni Muislamu, hebu tuambizane. Dini inasemaje wakati uko na hasira ama uko na bughdha ama umeudhika? Dini inakuambia tufanye nini? Alafu pale tutapata ile connection ya mind, body and spirit. Anyone? You can write on the call chat your name, where you are listening from, but you can give your feedback in terms of what do you think the religion says. Sheikh Hamza, please start us off.
Okay, kuhusu dini ya Kiislamu vile mafunzo yako mengi, but the one that is coming to my mind kuhusu mambo ya akili, kuhusu kukasirika. Mwanzo katika mafunzo ya Kiislamu, mtume, kuna mtu aliseek advice kutoka kwa Mtume Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, na akaambiwa advice muhimu zaidi, akaambiwa usikasirike. Akaambiwa mara 3 usikasirike. As in, kama huwezi kukasirika then you can overcome almost anything. Na katika mafunzo mengine akatufundisha, ama Uislamu anafundishwa kwamba kama mtu amekasirika, amekuwa na hasira, mtu amechukiza, kama amesimama akae. Kama amekaa na bado anasikia ako na hasira, ajilaze, alale. Na pia anaweza kutawadha. Kama mtu amekasirika anaweza kutawadha, na hiyo kufanya hivyo, kukaa ama kulala kama umekaa na kutawadha, inaweza kumsaidia kupunguza zile hasira zake. So I think for now that is what I can share. Na of course hizo masuala ya kukaa na kusimama, they are related to the physical body of course, and then hiyo kukasirika ni the mind. So the spirit part, I don't know what is coming in, but of course masuala ya dini huwa yanatusaidia kuishi katika maisha. Mengine yako na wisdom ambayo tunaiona na mengine wisdom yake hatuioni, but tunaamini kwamba Mungu ndo anajua the ultimate wisdom of those actions. Shukran.
Asante sana Sheikh Hamza, asante sana Sheikh Hamza. Tutarudi pale tuseme inamaanisha nini kama umesimama ukae, na kama umekaa ulale, na kama pengine umelala na hujafanikiwa basi uchukue udhu. Tutarudi pale na Yvonne pia atatusaidia kuvunja hiyo. How does that help in connecting body, mind and spirit? Nani mwingine angependa kuchangia kidini yetu, aidha Kristo ama Islamu? Endapo umekasirika, tuna advise tufanye nini in the event ya hasira ama makosano? What is the advice that we get from religion? Anybody raise your hand? We can still write on our call chat and give us your opinion. Cephas, take the stage.
Yes, Mohamed, jambo la kwanza tunashauriwa sana katika kitabu cha kibibilia ya kwamba tusiwe wepesi wa hasira. Na iwapo labda umegaflika na umekasirika, jambo la kwanza ni ya kwamba usitamke neno. Because katika hali ya kutamka neno unaweza ukatamka mambo mabaya. Na la pili, unaweza ukatafuta marafiki ama mtu yeyote uweze ukashare naye kile ambacho kimekuudhi. Iwapo ni jambo ambalo hauwezi ukatatua na huyo mwenzako, unaambiwa uende mara moja, ya kwanza, ya pili, ya tatu, na kama hamwezi kusikizana, basi utafute tena na mtu mwingine. Na kama hamtasikizana, basi utasema kwamba huyo ni mtu ambaye hana imani. Kwa hivyo umsamee, alafu safari isonge mbele.
Asante sana Cephas. Nimejaribu kunakili yale mnazungumza kwamba kwanza, kama vile Kiislamu tunasema usikasirike, yani avoid being a Kiislamu wanasema kwa lugha ya Kiarabu la taghdab. Alafu Kristo pia anasema usikasirike, avoid being angry. Na endapo utakuwa umekasirika basi usizungumze, maana unapozungumza pale pale katika hasira basi inamaanisha uende ukazungumza maneno ambayo si mazuri. Na unapoendelea ile kudhibiti, unaambiwa utafute mshauri ama go between, mediator, mwenye atahakikisha kwamba wewe na yule mwenye mmekosana mnawiana, ili kusiwe na cheche ambazo zinaweza leta madhara. Asante sana kwa hilo. Nani mwingine angependa kushare? Nimeona kuna chats huku kwa call chat, acha nisome. Mahmoud Ali anasema it also says when you get hungry keep silent and respond where necessary. Asante sana Mahmoud, inaoana na vile ambavyo Cephas amesema. Hii mafunzo ya Kiislamu na pia katika Kristo pia mafunzo ni yale kwamba unapokuwa katika hasira, jaribu usiongee, maana unaweza ongea vitu ambavyo vinaweza haribu ile mandhari. Asante. Anybody else wants to share again before we say something and invite Yvonne? Well, so just as an introduction, katika mafunzo, Cephas, you want to speak again? Okay, please take the stage.
Mohamed, uliuliza kulingana na dini tu, bali sio kwa jamii. Manake
jamii kama tamaduni, mazoea pia, if you can add, it's okay.
Kama jamii yetu, acha niseme jamii yetu,
Naam, Cephas, sote tunajua jamii yako na we are okay with that. You can tell us, jamii yako inasema nini kama mtu ana hasira?
Ndio nasema ya kwamba kama umekasirika, manake huko watu wana tabia ya kuleta fujo. Jibu ni you walk away, get out of that place mpaka ukae huko mbele mbele, ukisikia hasira imepungua urudi nyumbani.
Ya, asante. Nadhani kuna jamii zingine pia zina mafundisho kama hayo, kwamba inapokuwa umekasirika basi take a walk. Mpaka uone kwamba hasira zimepungua ndipo urudi. So I want to give a statement, alafu tuangalie yale ambayo yamezungumzwa na connectika vipi, alafu tumpatie Yvonne atu take maybe for 10 minutes. So mafunzo anasema kwamba there's a powerful connection between mind, body and spirit. There's a powerful connection between mind, body and spirit through which emotional, mental, social and behavioral functions can affect our wellness. Sawa? Kwamba kuna connection kubwa baina ya kiwiliwili chetu na fikra zetu na spirit zetu, in a way kwamba mental, emotional, social and behavioral happenings zina affect ile wellness yetu. Kwa hivyo inamaanisha kwamba endapo kuna disconnect between the body, mind and spirit, basi huenda tukajipata kwamba tunaonekana hata kule nje kwamba sisi hatuko sawa, ama pengine tumetatizika, ama tuko na stress, ama tuko na trauma. Lakini kama there's a connection, then it means we are intact, we are calm and we are in peace. Alright? And hizo religious teachings tumeziona katika zile semi ambazo Cephas amesema na Sheikh Hamza amesema na pia Mahmud amesema. Unapokuwa umesimama na una hasira, unaambiwa ukae. Kwa nini? Ni kwa sababu maybe mapigo yako ya moyo yako mbio sana kiasi cha kwamba hakuna mawasiliano mazuri. Kwa hivyo unavokaa inayumkinika kwamba mapigo yako yatarudi chini, ili moyo wako na fikra zako na belief zako ama your values itakuwa zina connect in a way kwamba sasa kama unataka kumjibu mtu unamjibu kwamba ume-engage gear. Lakini ukimjibu pale amekutukana unakimbia, huenda ikawa hakuna connection between your mental stability na moyo wako na fikra zako, ina kwamba unaweza kuregesha tusi mahali ambapo pengine unaona hilo tusi litaleta madhara. Kama ulikuwa umekaa alafu unaambiwa ulale, again ni kukutuliza ili uhakikishe kwamba mapigo yako ya moyo yamerudi sawa na bongo lako linafikiria vizuri. Kama liko katika survival mode, lirudi katika thinking mode, ili sasa ukianza kujibu ama kurespond to that situation, iwe unafanya kwa hali ambayo kwamba wewe uko babul akil ama uko very sober. Na unapokuwa umelala lakini hasira hazijatoka, unakwenda kuchukua udhu kama dini inavyosema. What does that do? Inamaanisha unapokuwa unachukua udhu, unaweka maji kwenye uso, hata kwenye bapa, na tunafundishwa kwamba thinking brain iko hapa mbele ya uso. Imani inasema kwamba unapokuwa umeweka maji kwenye bapa lako la uso, somehow una activate your thinking brain. Ndio sasa kama ulikuwa kwenye zile survival brain ama emotional brain, mkaba unailazimisha thinking yako irudi kwenye thinking brain, ambapo utakuwa unafikiria ukiwa sober. Sasa that is part of the connection between your mind, body and your spirit. Alivyosema Cephas katika Christianity the same, kwamba unapokasirika usizungumze, unyamaze. Maana unapozungumza katika ile hali ya hasira, uende ukazungumza yasiyo. Maana hiyo time connection yako na brain yako na moyo wako haziko vizuri. Moyo utakuwa umeenda mbio sana kuliko maybe brain na ile fikra zako za kawaida, and your values of respect and love zinaweza kuponyoka. Alright? Na vile alivyosema kwamba katika community anaambiwa unapokuwa na hasira kwenye community yao, unaambiwa you take a walk. Si kwenye community yao peke yake, hata katika mental health. Kama uko na hasira sana, one of the advice is take a walk. When you are taking a walk, you are reconditioning your body system. In a way kwamba inaenda kureconcile mapigo ya moyo, fikra zako, and then your values come back to your attention. In a way kwamba if you come back and face the same person who made you angry, you are facing them when you are sober, na hutomjibu yale ambao ungemjibu laiti au usingeteka walk. Yvonne Gashe, please. Take the stage.
Asante Mwachausa. And allow me to say Happy New Year, hata kama ni tarehe 18, because sijakuwa hapa before.
Happy New Year
At least kwa hii mwaka. And hii discussion ni mzuri because kawaida watu husema ni kichwa tu inaniuma. And because kichwa ni physical, it means my spirit and my mind is okay. Ama naumwa tu na tumbo, ama ni mguu tu imevunjika. And so we don't take time to really reconcile the physical with the emotional, with the physical, so the body with the mind and the spirit. Kwa masomo ya trauma, kitu imepatikana ni a lot of trauma research inaonesha the fact that hakuna disconnection between the body, the mind, and the spirit. They are all interconnected. Na ndio maana hata kama uko in a lot of pain, unaweza fanya breathing exercise na ukaanza kusikia ni kama unapata nafuu, ama ni kama the pain is not as much, unaweza tolerate. So there's a connection between your body, your mind, and your spirit. Because mind yako ndio inakuleta to the present moment, inakwambia Yvonne, unasikia uchungu, you know? Ama your spirit feels so dejected. Fikiria wakati boyfriend amekuacha, ama girlfriend amekuacha, ama bibi amekutoroka, ama bwana amekutoroka, ama mtoto amegonjeka, ama we mwenyewe umegonjeka, ama mzazi amegonjeka, shule umeanguka mtihani. Kuna mambo yanafanyika kwa maisha yetu yenye inakufanya una feel very very dejected. Unasikia ni kama yani moyo wako umevunjika, you know? Hiyo ni a feeling in our spirit. Your spirit is broken. Saa zile unasikia uko down sana, lakini si akili yako, you know cognitively, kwa akili unajua siko sawa. Ile feeling yenye unasema ngenatibiwa na M-Pesa, unasikiaje? Nasikia hivyo tu. Hiyo feeling, hiyo ni when your spirit is low, you know, and your mind then recognizes that spirit yako iko low, ama aujisikii venye unakuanga kawaida. So your mind recognizes that, and sometimes you feel so low it starts to manifest physically. So fikiria saa zile umepata news yenye inakushtua. Kulingana na watu kuna kuangana different reactions that watu wanapata. Unaweza sikia news ya kushtua, usikie kama utatapika, usikie kama all of a sudden uko na gas, tumbo yako imejaa gas, utasikia heart palpitations, hiyo ndio itakuwa ya kwanza, roho inapiga, mdundo wa roho. Inaitwa mdundo wa roho, Muhammad?
Tutakubali hiyo.
Guys, Kiswahili yangu ni mbaya, itabidi tu mnisamehe. So unasikia hiyo, unapata racing heartbeat. Tuseme umeambiwa very shocking bad news. Kitu ya kwanza unasikia maybe the first thing, heartbeat inaongezeka. Unasikia kama roho yako itapiga, kama itasimama ama itatoka. So that is first of all your body having a physiological reaction. So ina react physically to ile news unapata. So hiyo ndio kitu ya kwanza inafanyika. Alafu by the time you're processing the news, kama ulikuwa roho inapiga, mikono zinaanza kusweat, mguu zinatetemeka, ama mkono zinatetemeka, kuna watu wakireceive bad news, especially nimenotice na wanaume wengi, mshipa inatoka ingine hapa kwa kichwa, unaweza vuruta hivi itoke. Haya, wengine saa hiyo already wanasikia ni kama watapata diarrhea ama wataanza kuendesha immediately. Alafu ama unaweza sikia ni kama una feel nauseated, ni kama unataka kutapika. But with time ukiweza kuanza kuprocess hiyo emotion, inatoka from hiyo physical inaingia inatoka kwa hiyo physical inaingia kwa spirit yako sasa. Na kama kweli ni jambo ambalo litakuwa na pigo kubwa kwa your spirit, utaanza kusikia vibaya, kujihisi very low. Ukianza kufeel uko hivyo, inaweza rudi tena ikuwa na a physiological reaction, you know? And that is how the body and the mind and the spirit are interconnected. Uwezi toanisha. One will affect the other. So zamani, researchers walikuwa nafikiria that trauma only affects the mind. So if we can fix their mind, they will be okay. But then they realized that it's not just the mind. The body also suffers. So unapata mtu alipitia traumatic event, lakini akakuja akakuwa successful sana. Unajua watu wanasema, ai, kwani wewe peke yake ndio ulipitia trauma? Si hata nani alikuwa chokora na unaona amekuwa sawa? Ametoka kwa chokora amekuwa governor. Maisha yake ni smooth. Sasa sai wewe kwa nini unasema wewe ndio chokora, wewe utaweza kujitoa? But then siku moja governor mwenye alikuwa very healthy, and this is just an example, sitaji mtu yote in case kuna governor alikuwa chokora zamani. So siku moja tu inafanyika, governor anaamka asubuhi, anakunywa chai, anaanguka, anakufa. The truth of the matter is that the body keeps the score. Kila kitu inakufanyikia, hata ukitranscend, ukinavigate correctly, mwili yako pia inakumbuka. Na ndio maana saa zingine unaweza pitia mahali, labda ushaibiwa hiyo mahali before. Ukipita hapo, hata kama ulishasahau hiyo incident, unasikia, unapata some sort of feeling, kwa sababu mwili yako inakumbuka hiyo mahali. So sometimes ni vitu kama hizo. Mtu atasema, lakini nani ako sawa kabisa? Unajua hata alikuwa maisha yao ilikuwa mbaya wakiwa wadogo, na sasa angalia amesoma, succeed in life, alafu huyu mtu ugonjwa zimtoki. Because the mind and the body and the spirit are connected. So mind yake inakaa ni kama iko sawa, lakini body yake bado ina react to zile vitu, to those traumatic events. So hakuna disconnection between the mind, the body and the spirit. Na ndio maana wale watu wanaenda kanisa wakizidiwa na mawazo, wakipatikana na msongamano wa mawazo, wale wanaamini dini, acha nisiseme kanisa, wale wanaamini dini. So whether unaenda kanisa, mosque, temple, pali yoyote, any place of worship, kama nyinyi ni wale unaamini traditional beliefs, unapata kuna nafuu fulani that comes to your spirit ukiattend kanisa, ukiimba, ukiomba, ukisema dua zako. There's a sense of relief that you get. Ukirecite Quran, unasikia kuna hiyo afueni unapata. So that when your spirit is whole, your mind and your body are whole. When your body is whole and your spirit is whole, your mind can be whole. You know, when your mind and spirit are whole, your body can be whole. Lakini huwezi separate ati mi tu ni mwili, lakini mi akili yangu na spirit yangu iko sawa. Kwa sababu hiyo mwili inaweza survive for only so long. Nimesema mambo mengi, sijui kama make sense, sijui kama nimewapoteza. Wacha nipozie hapo for now.
Yeah, asante Yvonne. I think it makes a lot of sense na it connects pia na zile comments ambazo zimepewana pale mwanzo. Allow me to give a short story of myself and then what I've learned. In 2007, unfortunately I was involved in a very bad road accident, and I broke my left leg on the spot. Nilivunjika kabisa, mfupa hapa juu ya ankle, ikakuwa mguu wa chini na huu wa juu zimeachana, imebaki tu nyama, mguu unalewalewa. So I was rescued by a very generous guy. I wish I can see him today. Nimshukuru. And akaniuliza, unaweza hospitali gani naweza kupeleka? Nikamwambia nipeleke Mombasa Hospital. Fortunately I had insurance by then. But as I was going to the hospital, looking at that leg, imekunja, nani kama ambaye inarewarewa tu. People were like, oh, Paul, they were making noise and telling me sorry for the pain. But to be honest, I was not feeling the pain. All I was engulfed in, I was like, will I be able to walk again? Will I be able to play football again? Will I be able to skip the rope? Will I be able to run and stuff like that? So I was engulfed in those painful thoughts, but I was feeling zero pain from the leg. Come to hospital, fast forward, an X-ray was done. I was prepared and taken to the ward, and then I was asked for a consultant surgeon. Fortunately, I had worked with the hospital, so I knew some surgeons, and I brought in the name of Dr. Kale. I will mention him because it is in good faith. And Dr. Kale came after like 30 minutes. And when he saw me, he saw the X-ray. I looked into his eyes and he told me, Mohamed, and I was like, yes, we'll do this tomorrow. Hii tutaitengeneza kesho. Nikamuuliza, daktari, are you sure utaitengeneza? He told me, yes, nitaitengeneza. I was like, are you sure I can walk again? He said, yes. Can I play football again? He said, yes. Can I skip again? As in, I didn't believe with all that damage. And he said, yes. When he said yes to all those questions, believe you me, Yvonne, that's the moment I started feeling pain on the leg. When now my mind was settled that this will be done, nitatembea tena. Now the pain lifted, went away from the mind. Sasa naanza kufeel ile pain ya pale mahali penye pameumia sasa. So this connects with what you are saying, that there's a connection between our body, mind, and spirit. And when I'm reading characteristics of depression, Yvonne, it says one of the characteristics of a depressed person is that they may feel pain. Ni wagonjwa saa zote, na wakienda hospitali wanasema daktari hajaona chochote, lakini mimi ni mgonjwa, nauma na hapa, mara inaitwaje, chest pains, joint pains and stuff, lakini akifanyiwa inaitwaje tests, haonekani kama ana ugonjwa wowote physiologically, kwa sababu ugonjwa uko kwa kichwa lakini umeaffect the body. Yvonne, back to you.
Thank you for sharing that story and even trusting us with it. And I'm glad that you can walk again. I like how you say very clearly that wakati your mind was now settled that I can walk again. Sasa zile ulikuwa na pole, nitakuwa rude kidogo. Sasa zile ulikuwa unajiona kiwete kama mguu sasa imekuwa hauna hope. Hata hiyo mguu ikukuwa ina feel anything. But the moment there was now like hope. Aya, kumbe mguu wangu haijaenda kabisa. Kumbe sijaluzi mguu. The moment you came into that realization, the pain kicked in. Na yours was different from hiyo ingine umesema ya watu wenye wako na some characteristics of depression. Enye unasema kuna hizo psychosomatic symptoms. Mtu anaenda hospitali, they're constantly sick, lakini hakuna kitu inapatikana kwa tests. And utanotice siku hizi si kama zamani. Zamani ilikuwa kwanza kama wewe ni mtoto, daktari anasema tu wewe anajifanya. Mtoto wenyewe anajifanya, ni shule hataki kwenda. But siku hizi ukikuwa na hizo many signs na hakuna kitu inapatikana, what the doctors do, wanasema wanakuadvise uende counseling. What happens is that pain moves from our minds. Yani venye tuliumbwa ama venye tuli-evolve, we were not meant to lose our minds. And that is why you will go through so many ups and downs before you lose your mind. And sometimes even the people we think have lost their minds have moments of clarity. So ukikuwa na hiyo so much pain in your mind that mind yako inajua ni kama inafika imefika mwisho, then your body starts to get sick, so that you start to get some help, some relief, you know. So saa zile unakaa unajisikia ni kama unagonjeka ama umechoka hata ulale masaa ngapi, it is not working. Okay, siku hizi kuna long COVID, so saa zile umerule out si COVID, but hata ulale how many hours, you don't wake up rested. When you feel that you're not your usual self, kila mtu anajua ile capacity that they operate on, lakini ukianza kujisikia kidogo ni kama hauko within your normal bandwidth, it is time to start asking yourself, what is the mind body spirit connection? Ni what part of me, what part of my trinity of, unajua hiyo the three things, ni gani nime neglect ama ni gani haiko sawa, and unaanza kuangalia from that lens. Na ni important that tujue the mind, well, if the mind is not well, the body will hurt. It definitely will. And if the spirit and the body is not well, they will hurt the mind. And if the body is not well, it will hurt both the mind and the spirit. So they're interconnected. They're really, really interconnected. Because saa zingine mtu anapata ugonjwa over a long period of time, ama kama hiyo wakati Muhammad mguu wake ilivunjika, na you know your spirit is dejected because anasema the place he went to ni kama atawacha kuweza kutembea na kama ataweza kucheza football tena. Hakuuliza watu watanionaje nini, but it's because hapo ndio identity yake iko, and those are the things that mean the most to him. So sijui nyinyi wengine wenye mko kwa call, mnafikiriaje kuhusu history ya mind body connection, mind body spirit connection? I don't know what you're thinking about it and how you can see it or how you've seen it play out in your life. Kama mtu ako willing kushare, unaweza tu unmute and share.
Yes, please, you can raise your hand, you can give an opportunity, or you can write on the call chat and we will raise the voice for you. Yes, Brother Julius, can you take the stage? Your hand is up. Brother Julius, you are on mute. Please unmute yourself.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Julius.
The conversation is very good. I remember there's a time I lost a job, and then we have a genome practitioner, doctor. So I will feel very sick, then go to the hospital, his clinic. Then somebody was known me for a long time, a family doctor from 97. So you look at me, examine me, and they tell me, I will not give you anything. Just go home. If you don't feel better, come back. Then as I leave, I will feel very okay. And I will not have a chance of going back there. Yeah, so that is part of my experience. Then there is also a time when I was really sick. I was working in a refugee camp. And I had malaria. And at one time I had quinine, so I could not even hear. Then the admin came and told me, no, you. He had worked in our place for a very long time. So in Ukambani, so he would tell me, he's a Mzungu, tell me, Mukamba don't die. So that gave me a lot of, that encouragement gave me a lot of, it encouraged me. Then I would also tell myself, I'm not going to die. Then it happened that I just got better, you know. So I think that kind of connection is usually very good, because when people give up or they feel so depressed, they get connected to the problem, they give up, then it becomes worse for them. Yeah, that's my contribution.
Thank you, Brother Julius. Before Yvonne comes back to that, Kadzo, are you there? Your hand was up.
Yes, Mohammed, I'm here. I don't know if you can hear me well.
Very
'cause
clearly.
now for me, I've had a lot of issues. Perhaps I could say a couple of mental illnesses, but the connection for me was physically feeling it when I am not feeling okay. I have acid reflux, so there was always the balance or the question, am I really feeling sick, or is this my anxiety talking? Because the symptoms would be the same. I'd be bloated, I'd be gassy, I'd get stitches in my tummy, and I'd be sitting in traffic just feeling sick, very nauseous and uncomfortable. When I started mindfully living and consciously going about my day, I was able to identify more and more like that question, is this my acid reflux, or is this my anxiety, or is this my depression talking? When I made that connection and I could take the steps and bring myself down or bring myself up from when I'm lost in my mind, then I found that most of my symptoms from my acid reflux zikapungua. I was able to manage it and not necessarily have to take medication for it, because I realized there was a connection between my tummy issues, my anxiety, and my depression.
Thank you very much, Kadzo. I'll give it to Yvonne. And just for everyone, I just got a text message. One of us is not conversant with Kiswahili, and they joined in to benefit. And when we switch into Kiswahili, it means we are losing them. So kindly let's try as much as possible to keep it English for the remaining time. Yvonne, what can you say about the feedback?
First of all, apologies to whoever we've been losing. But yeah, we'll endeavor to now speak in English to include you. I like what Julius said about the boss telling him, come, but don't die. Because it might sound like cynicism, it might sound like jokes, but in that time and space, it really encourages you when you're sick. And it's the one thing that pulls you out. It's like when you hear a sermon or a teaching, and it gives you all this hope. And there's nothing false about hope. So they give you all this hope, and you end up feeling much, much better. And so, yeah, thank you, Julius, for sharing with us your story. And sometimes you find good general practitioners. I remember one doctor who used to tell me, come back after every 2 weeks for a checkup. And after every 2 weeks, I'd go in, and the doctor would tell me, oh, record this, record that. When you're feeling like this, record it. And I didn't know it then, because I was so much into how sick I was that I didn't know that the doctor was actually seeing me after every 2 weeks and not every 1 week like we would do in therapy. But it was still therapy. And he would get me to journal, and I was thinking, I'm not journaling. Mimi tu naandika venye unajua hii ni about hii ugonjwa. But what the doctor was doing was basically, typically just therapy. And I remember at one point him saying, if you feel too overwhelmed, you can always tell me and we can admit you in hospital. And when finally the issue resolved, I asked the doctor, hey, what was this 2 weeks, coming back after every 2 weeks? And he said, sometimes we just need to check on the well-being of our clients. So it's not just about dawa, because the medication you've already been given for like a month, but after every 2 weeks you come in and you tell the story, and the consultation would be for a long time, and after that you leave there feeling very relieved, very encouraged. And yeah, so kudos to our doctors who have been doing this for us even when we don't know they're doing it. And Kadzo, really, your story, when you said about your acid reflux, I thought about myself. And it's amazing what mindfulness can do for you, because you stop, you are able to pause and be in the here and the now. And you can then tell, is there cause and effect? Is it the heartburn that is causing me to feel this way, or is it the anxiety giving me the heartburn that is making me feel this way? And I've seen you've made a comment about journaling, but really I am encouraged that you've made all the progress that you have made. Yeah, and thanks for sharing and even being vulnerable with us. This is what such spaces are about. I can see that 2 more hands up.
We have Brother Hamza. Please take the stage. Brother Hamza, please unmute if you are speaking.
Oh, sorry. I was saying sorry. Thank you, Brother Mochaus and Madam Yvonne for the presentation, good presentation, and we're learning a lot. As Madam Yvonne was speaking, some things came into my mind. One was when she talked about the mind affecting the spirit and the body, and the spirit can also affect the mind and the body. Was like, now which could be the main among these three? Then something came to my mind. In Islam, we have a teaching, prophetic teaching, that says the prophet said that that there's one part of the body that if that part is okay, then the whole body is going to be fine. Then the prophet said that part is that part is the heart, and the source of spirituality is the heart. So that's again is related. When the heart is okay, the spirit is okay, the mind and the body will be fine. But also another teaching is that one of the purpose of Islamic law is to preserve the mind, and also to preserve the religion. Basically, religion is the spirituality part. So again, that revolves around mind, body, and spirit, and also to preserve life. Life is on the physical body, so that the body is not destroyed, killed. So those three are part of the higher objectives of the law, Islamic law. Lastly, I want to share also my personal experience. There was a time when I was in college. That was back around 2007. Much also maybe you could be aware of this. I suffered for quite a long time, for more than 5 years. The serious suffering, I was suffering from a backache, serious backache, upper backache, and all the tests were showing negative. The only positive test was a muscle spasm. They showed muscle spasm. According to doctors, they said muscle spasm is not an issue that's supposed to make you worry. It's a very minor issue, should not cause a lot of pain. But I was feeling a lot of pain. I underwent through so many medications. But something related to what we're discussing, there's a time I became now because I was becoming really sick and physical movements were limited, so almost at home or most of the time. So I became more spiritual, if I would say, and started praying more. We have Qiyamul Layl, we wake up at night, more night prayers, reading more Quran. And somehow this problem started going away. I don't know. Started going away. But also I remember there's one doctor who asked me one question, are you, young man, are you stressed? Could you be stressed? But you know, when you're in college, maybe yes, maybe no. So I was not really sure, but there was no specific issue that was worrying me. But one thing, when I started being more spiritual, something happened, and those pains started reducing, and now I became okay. And so I'm seeing that related, and there is no specific medication. I cannot say that I was cured by this kind of medication. So all that again, I think, is related to what you're discussing, and we can discuss more and see and get more understanding on these subjects. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Hamza. That is very touching. Remember, we shared in the past. We shared so much about your situation. Now that you've said it, I can say, yeah. And honestly, I have avoided asking you about it all this time because I have not known whether you've healed or you're still, managing that pain. So even me asking you how you feel, I have been avoiding that. Thanks for sharing that. Actually, you got cured, and it could have been that you reconciled now your body and mind and spirit, and then the problem went away. And before I give it back to Yvonne, maybe to say the last thing, allow me to just share something around routine and ritual. And this is part of reconciling our body, mind, and spirit. So we all have our routine activities that we normally do. It may be something very simple, but then if you don't do it, you feel like your life is in a mess. Some of us, we have that habit of taking tea in the morning, and it became a routine to an extent that if we happen not to take tea by 10 o'clock or by 11 o'clock, you just feel like something is amiss. If you are a woman, a household woman who is brought up cleaning the house, waking up and sweeping and cleaning and stuff, and then maybe something happens and you have to travel very early in the morning and you didn't do it, wherever you are disturbed that there's something within you that is not complete. Even if there was somebody who would do it on your behalf, but then just because you didn't do it and you are normally doing it, already it destabilizes your, what can I say, your balance and feeling like there's something amiss. And I want to share some examples like sucking thumbs. There are those children, some adults who suck their thumbs, and when you take it away, they feel so uncomfortable because for them, that is a routine that they're used to. And there's a connection. By the way, there's a mental connection with a child who is sucking thumbs. If whenever they are sucking thumb, if you observe, they'll be holding onto something else. Either they are holding the hand of the parent, or they are holding their hair, or they are holding their clothes. And if they are lying beside you, they may be holding your chin or holding your navel, whatever. So it's a connection. And if you take the thumb away, they feel uncomfortable, they may cry. And if you take the hand away that is holding onto something, they will still cry because they feel uncomfortable. There are those of us who have difficulties in speaking and they stammer. When we are with people who know we are stammering, we can speak almost fluently because we don't feel boxed. But when we get into a situation where people don't know us and you really try not to show them that you are a stammerer, then that's when you stammer the most, because you are taken out of your routine or your cool environment. That is a connection between your body and your mind and your spirit. And some of us may be used to sleeping in the wilderness, in the bush, and you are used to hearing chirping birds, singing and stuff. When they do that, you sleep soundly. But a guest who comes and hears them do that, that guest will not sleep because they feel disturbed. And for those who are used to sleeping in a very quiet environment, and then you go to a room and there's a hymn sound, very, very small, low sound, but because there's a hymn sound, it makes you not sleep. Not because it is so much of a noise, but your spirit tells you you are not okay. This place is not safe. So that's the connection between your body, mind, and spirit. And that is routine. And then there's ritual. Ritual is anything that can celebrate connectivity between us and other people, or between us and other supreme beings or larger beings. Ritual can be a prayer. It connects you with your God, and you feel safer because you're in the mosque and you're praying. A ritual can be something like sacrifice. You know, every season before it rains, you are slaughtering a cow. So if that season you don't slaughter a cattle, you feel something is amiss and everyone goes on a panic. But when you slaughter that cattle, you feel you've appeased your ancestors and you are okay and you're in peace. So that's ritual. Ritual can be as something simple as a national anthem. How many of us have watched television when a marathon runner, has won the race, and then the national anthem is sung? If you are seated, if you are sleeping, I can assure you, you want to sit down and listen to the anthem. If you are sitting, you may also want to stand or even grab the television because it is your national anthem. It connects you to the country, and you feel this is a moment that you need to cherish, you need to respect. So that's ritual. What routines and ritual do, they connect us to the here and now, and they make us feel safer. They make us feel like nothing can be wrong here because I'm in a mosque, the God is watching, or we've already sacrificed, so there's no calamity that's going to befall us. So even the subsequent activities that you're going to partake, you partake them with a lot of confidence because you are sure your body, mind, and spirit are all connected in a way that you feel everything is okay. Yvonne, back to you for your last words before we close. Or if there's any question, please, last questions you can write on your call chat, or you may raise your hand. Otherwise, Yvonne, take the stage.
Thank you, Machelsa, and thank you for even bringing in the issue of routine and rituals, because routine and rituals do create a sense of safety, a sense of hope. And we could talk, I think that could also be where we pick up the next conversation, from routine and rituals. Mine is just a call to us who are on this call and others that are in our lives, that we should actually start to think about our mind, body, spirit connection. And ask ourselves, whatever one part of us is not feeling well, when you're feeling low, or when your mind feels overwhelmed and your body is giving in, take your time to do your deep breathing, to come back to the here and now. Take your time to say your prayers. Take your time to go to the church or the mosque. Take your time to connect with the higher being, the being that is higher than yourself, even if it is your higher self. Take time to connect with your spiritual part. Take time to take care of your body. So have enough rest, take some water. If you're not feeling well, go see a doctor. Invest in your mind. Sleep some more. Read. Keep your mind engaged. Remember the Trinity in you, that your mind, your body, and your spirit, and it's very, very interconnected. So that's what I would say. And thank you for inviting me back, Machelsa.
Thank you so much, Yvonne. It's 4 minutes past 9. We wouldn't want to take it this one any further. I just wanted to give feedback. We had committed to bring in our president.
Is it me who lost Machausa, or is it me who is lost?
We also lost him here.
Okay. So Mwanaisha, that I think it's you who takes over now.
Uh-huh. Let me, okay. Let me check on him.
I think now that Machausa has dropped off, I think we can just call it a night. Thank you for coming. Thank you for attending. Hamza, you have something?
Yeah, I feel it will be good if we give him maybe two.
He's back. He's back.
Oh,
Just wait.
sorry, my internet misbehaved right at the end. So as I got disconnected, I was saying that our topic on suicide prevention will be on 1st February because we cannot get the presenter next Tuesday. She's caught up somewhere, but we are sure that we can have that conversation. First tarehe moja February, that's when we're going to talk about suicide prevention. So we'll be having another topic which will be shared in good time for next Tuesday in preparation for that suicide prevention. Thank you very much. I wish to thank everyone who joined in. We don't take you for granted, and please share what you are getting in here. It's very vital. It's very, we feel there are people who give us feedback and say it is helping. If it does, then please share with somebody else. All right? We love you, and we rely on you for these sessions to keep going. So go rest, and let's meet again here on Tuesday night. Or you can, if you have issues, you can text, you can call, so that we are able to help each other. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Bye.